Hello, it's Monica Dubé, and I'm here with teaching you the lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we're on lesson 13 and 14. I'm going to try to do both. And it's a continuation of the last lesson that we did, which was about the meaningless world. When we tell the world that it's meaningless, when we admit that it's meaningless, and that we can recognize that if it is meaningless, we can just relax. We don't have to project our fear onto it. Just letting go of the idea that the world is made up of fear, or it's a hostile world, or an angry world. This was last class, the last lesson. So what we're doing today is recognizing that if it's meaningless, then I can let God's meaning be given me. If I think it's a fearful world, I'm going to keep projecting my fear onto it. And I get the result of that, right? And I get the result of what I'm thinking in every moment anyway, because cause and effect are never apart. They're always one thing. You think a thought and you get its result. That's why it's so crucial that you do a mind training and release the thoughts of your own mind by recognizing that you don't have to continue to tell the world what it is. If you stop telling the world what it is, you're going to be happier. And especially if you think it's a fearful world, that you have to be careful and you have to protect yourself, what are you really protecting yourself from? And I know this is going to seem really crazy, but there's still thoughts in your mind that there's danger out there, that there's a horrible war, there are terrorists, there are all these ideas that we project onto the world, and then we make everybody else wrong and the bad guy. And then we, of course, are innocent. And that's ridiculous. If you're believing that there's a fearful world, it's because you're projecting your fear onto it. It's a meaningless world. And God didn't create a meaningless world. God created a loving world. Okay? He created a world where you get to wake up to who you really are. And that's amazing. And life and everything in it is shimmering in light, but you don't see it if you're fearful. And the key is that, do you still want to be afraid? Or do you want to choose to look at this whole thing completely differently and let go of your own perception? It's up to you. It's always up to you. You're seeing what you're projecting out. You're getting your perception is based on your projection, right? Projection makes perception. So the personal meaning that I'm giving the world is not real. It's not really there. And if I can stop doing that, I can start to be happy, because I'll stop being in competition with God, right? If God says it's a benevolent world and I say it's a fearful world, then we're in competition. We can't see that actually a loving, benevolent world is a world where I get to be free. And I get to set myself free, and I get to set everybody else free. What else would I be doing here? What else would you be doing here? Don't you want to be free from all these crazy thoughts? I mean, that's the purpose of the Course, is to find peace within you. And it is a perfect peace. It's literally perfect and whole. And you're not seeing it when you're fearful. That's all. Okay? And it actually states somewhere in the Course that when you're fearful, you actually don't even exist. Not in reality. You may exist in your own imagination, but your images are just made up by you. And I'm jumping ahead because that's lesson 15. All right, so if we stop telling the world that it's a fearful world, we can stop trying to dwell on our own misperception. And even when you think you're right, yeah, it is a fearful world. Look, I just saw that terrible thing happen, or that war, or those refugees. So what a horrible place. And yeah, okay, that's true. That's what you're seeing. But your reaction to it is yours. It's up to you. You're going to respond with more fear, or are you going to respond with compassion and love and forgiveness? Because your own perception is always the problem. It's always me on the hamster wheel. Fearful thoughts. It's insane. But you can stop now, okay? Because God did not create a meaningless world. God created a world where you get to wake up, right? So he did not create that terrible world. Everything exists in God's world as God created it. And that's just a fact, okay? God created it the way he created it. You don't get to create a world and replace God's world with your world. You could try, I suppose, but it doesn't make you very happy, because then you're trying to play God, and you're usurping the power of God, and that's what an ego mind does. It tells God, no, it's not like that. I want it this way. I want it thus. And then you're in pain. So here we go. We're looking at the personal repertory of horrors that you've created, that you keep telling the world that it is. Like it has all kinds of horrible things in it, like war and cancer and disease and death, right? This is what the human mind sees and thinks that God has created. But God did not create that. It's all made up. It's all going on in you. This is a really tough lesson for people. I know it is, because you're going to point to the world and you're going to say, no, but I see that. But what are you seeing it with, right? You're seeing it with these eyes, who only see a fraction of what's really here. What's really here is this incredible creation of light. And you're not seeing it when you're fearful. That's it. The two worlds don't meet. You got fear, you got love. You can't have both. And they never actually coexist. So fear, when you're fearful, you really can't see it. You can't see what's real. You can only see the fear, and it's because projection makes perception. All right, so let's see. Your personal repertory of horrors, that's what you're looking at. Your personal repertory, the ones you made up, the horrors you made up, the fears you've made up. You know, we all have fears, so what are yours? You know, mine are certain fears, and yours are other fears. None of which are real, though. None of them really give us any peace. So the whole thing can be just chucked whenever you're ready. Like, I don't want to keep doing that. It hurts me. And then I think it's true. And then I make up stories, and then I make everybody my enemy. It doesn't make me happy. What makes me happy is seeing that I'm doing that and recognizing that I have the power of decision to change my mind right now. I can choose to see a beautiful, benevolent world where people are waking up to the truth of who they are. And that's what I'm about. That's what I'm here to bring about and facilitate. So I hope that helps. I'm going to do tomorrow's lesson tomorrow, but it's lesson 15, which is really the key. The key is that my thoughts are images I've made. My thoughts are images I've made. And I've projected everything out from my thoughts. That's why lesson 10 is so important. My thoughts don't mean anything. Okay? This gets you to see how the mechanism of the ego mind really works and what to do about it. So I hope it helps, and thanks for joining. And if you'd like to place a comment, you can do that. I would love it. I will be doing lessons every day, and they'll be posted on my Facebook Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Life coaching page indefinitely, and I hope they help you to see that you can set yourself free from this nightmare of separation and fear. It's not true. None of it. Okay. All right. HealYourMindHealYourLife.com is my website. If you're interested in finding out more, get in touch with me. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.